Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap. Tyler Perry Sistas, grand openings and closings, season 7, episode 3. Baby, we got the FBI up here investigating daggone Gary, and it's coming back to Hayden, Andy, and the whole damn law firm. All right, it's about to cost Andy way more than her self-respect for messing around with Raggedy behind Gary if she don't get it together. We got Mr. Leland over here basically telling her you're sleazy, you're a hoe, you a slut, you everything under the sun but a damn child of God, to the point where he over here passing out, either having a heart attack or a stroke. Hayden playing way too damn nice for me all of a sudden. I don't trust it. It's very suspect. And Tamara's back in the house telling him, yeah, they made me do it, or they asked me to do it, but I caught feelings and I really want you. Girl, who's they? That's what we want to know, okay? Meanwhile, Fatima over here trying to hold it down and keep her ear to the street and see what's happening with what. And we got, Karen's shop opening. All the girls are supposed to be there, but they nowhere to be seen. And baby, we getting the lights shut out because apparently ain't no money. The bill ain't been paid. And I said, damn, Karen, what the hell going on with these funds? Apparently, we low because Pam ass was over here ordering bull sperm and whatever else she ordered, child. How much was the bill that it made the funds go that low? Now, Danny finally sees a therapist somewhat, and Sabrina and Rich actually sit down to have this conversation about their relationship. Zach is trying to go ask Karen about the daggone paternity test, but that doesn't necessarily go the way that he wants it to go. And Miss Lisa conveniently pops up to tell him that we need to have boundaries, but some way, somehow, I never see her actually make it in the shop to celebrate with Karen. I'm confused. So you was just waiting in the cut in the parking lot only to tell Zach not to go in, girl? And, yeah, we still have raggedy, trash ass, good for nothing, low down, dirty dog, gutter rat Gary in the freaking building. And I want to know why. He over here stealing freaking Penelope cards and trying to set her up, child, and get her damn life insurance and all her freaking money mixed up inside of this. And inquiring minds want to know what is the truth, Zach. Why the hell are you calling up Gary? Did you go ahead and set up some type of trust with him? Did he get your money too? Baby, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Break it on down. Take it from the top. You know how we do. So, y'all, listen. I like this episode. I did, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I liked it. We started out with Danny and, Tony here, and she's over here trying to clean up, trying to get the house together. He want to know why the hell, it looking like you trying to run a bed and breakfast right now. You getting this spick and span. And she said, I didn't think the therapist was going to be available today. She coming through. I said, damn, you got the therapist coming over to your house? Okay, Danny. Usually you would have maybe a little Zoom meeting over the phone, or you would go into them. The therapist is making a house call. So he telling her, just basically relax, relate, release. Let me remind you that she's not here to judge you. And Danny's basically, of course, like, listen, everybody judges you. That's sweet that you think that. I love that you think that. But it's going to be some judging, even if it's a little bit. And he told her, I get you nervous, but try to go into this with good mindset and just be open to it and give it a chance, right? And she said, it's one thing with me doing it with you, but doing it with somebody else, that's going to be a little bit hard. But, I'll try. But in the meantime, I'm going to need you to get up out of my space if you ain't going to be helping me with cleaning up. Well, baby, he said, that's cool. He got out of there faster than the damn Flash, okay? Tony wasn't trying to clean shit. So, I'm like, all right, Danny, let's see where this goes. Because like I said, I feel like she really needs it. I feel like a lot of the damn girls can use it and everybody can use it, to be quite honest. Now, in the meantime, Pam was over here trying to, of course, still, get them trending on damn line, okay? Get them some exposure. She waving the damn camera around and Karen's face and telling her to say cheese. And Karen was like, if you don't get that damn camera on my face and get to work, she telling her that this could get them more clientele coming in. in? And she's like, no, girl, I just want the people that's off my damn guest list, okay? Did you print that out? Are you on top of everything? And Pam said, girl, I get the damn job done, okay? I work. I get the job done. And, Karen was basically like, yeah, girl, no. None of us believe that, not even you. But she did take time out to say thank you for your help. Finally, because if nobody else ain't been helping, Pam been damn helping, okay? We got to give credit where credit is due. Pam has been on top of the job where that's concerned. Now, all of a sudden, the lights go out, and Karen is like, are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh, like, not today. What the hell is going on? So she's trying to get on the phone to call maintenance and see what's happening, and we get this white lady walking up in here talking about I'm here to see Karen, and it's like, yes, what's going on? Shauna Richardson, the building the building owner, and it's like, oh, okay, Shauna, I've been used to dealing with the property manager, and can I get you some water or something? And it's like, no, I wish we was meeting underneath better circumstances, but girl, I ain't get the damn deposit, so that's why your light is okay. We got some insufficient funds. And Karen is like, excuse me? She was like, yeah, your auto pay for the lease didn't go through. And Karen is like, that got to be some kind of mistake. And Miss Lady Shauna said, yeah, I know it's a mistake, baby, but what I want to know is how you going to correct the mistake. So she was like, well, you know what? Karen tells her, it's a grand opening today. I can have your money to you tomorrow. And the lady said, no, ma'am. Okay, that's a no for me, dog. You're going to have the money today. Karen was like, okay, I'm going to have the money today, right? So we want to know, why the hell are we still having issues with funds? Just last week, we seen her asking Sabrina about a damn loan. So, I'm confused, Karen. What exactly are we doing with this freaking money, child? And I really do hope you got insurance on this freaking place this time around. So now, of course, Pam is asking her if she okay, and she like, yeah, it should have been enough money in my business account. I don't understand, but I'm going to find out what's happening with that, but I'm going to go ahead and transfer the money from my personal into that one, right? And Miss Lady walk off, and I had to agree with Pam. She was like, my soul and my spirit was not feeling this old bitch that just walked up in here, okay? Wasn't feeling it at all. Meanwhile, Hayden had basically went and ran up on Andy when she first was coming in. Fatima had pulled her to the side like, girl, you ain't been answering your damn phone. We got a whole investigation going on. They are on, top of Gary, and now it's coming to us. We all could be out of our jobs. And Andy's telling her, nah, girl, you got to be mistaken. What are you talking about? Like, he's an acute businessman. I said, child, Andy, you still believe in that? And Fatima was like, no, what he is doing damn Ponzi schemes, girl. And I hope you ain't got none of that stuff in here, his damn name as far as the condo and car and stuff. And she's saying no, that is all switched to her name. I said, girl, I hope it is, because y'all hear me saying week after week after week that Andy should have been sold all of that stuff. So in the midst of that, Hayden coming over to them as if he want to be Mr. Helpful all of a sudden now, and talking about they already called me in and, talk to me or whatever. And he's like, if you don't say my name, I definitely won't say yours. Like, they gonna be definitely looking into you, because who was around Gary more than you? And she's like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Okay, you've been around his ass too. So he like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with him or whatever, and I don't want nothing to do with him. Now we all want to stay away from Gary, and we acting like he the poisonous damn snake. Well, he really is. But Gabby was trying to call him on the phone, and Hayden was like, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Don't freaking bother me or whatever, okay? I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want no dealings with you. And, Gabby talking about something, well, I was good to do business with all before. Now, all of a sudden, you got issues for me. He said, hell yeah, because I got the FBI saying here, coming over to my house or whatever is way too hot, and now they're here at the office too. Gary telling him over and over how desperate he is, and he like, Gary, no, all right. He was like, I'm getting off this damn phone with you. I don't know what the hell you into, but I don't want no freaking parts of it, okay? He was like, you got my bosses on my ass, so it's, basically a no. It's nothing to talk about. And he was like, I thought your damn money was legit or whatever, but not according to the FBI or whatever. So Gary want to talk about he a selfish little rat, and he was like, you can't help me. And so Hayden is like, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing no federal time for you, Bernie Madoff. Get the F out of here, right? He hang up the phone on him. He was like, I don't have time for bullshit today. And all of a sudden, he was like, his or yours. We go across the table, and Tamara's back in the damn building. So he's saying to her it's a bad idea. And she was like, don't worry about his hating ass baby. And he was like, nah, don't call me no damn, baby. And so she get up and he like, I'm not with the bullshit today. And no, we not good. Like, I haven't forgiven you either. She was like, that's why I'm here, baby, okay, to apologize. I apologize. Okay, she trying to get on his good side. So he's saying how it's not that easy, and she's like, yes, they hired me to get dirt on you, but I really ended up falling for you, which I didn't expect to do, and I still want to make it right. And so I'm like, well, who is they? Like, who is she admitting to now? Because before she was standing 10 toes down and saying no, that, Fatima didn't have nothing to do with it. So anyway, she basically was like, if it really was all about the money, I could have just stayed gone. Of course, still trying to convince him that she just want to get things, right between them. And she's like, I know you missed me or whatever. And he said, yeah, I did miss a few things. I ain't gonna lie, he over here rubbing on her damn feet, and she telling him how, we were good together. All right, we need to get back together again. And I'm here now, so what you gonna do? Now, he was still trying to like play hard to get and tell her that he don't trust her or whatever, right? And she was like, well, we'll get there. I just need you to relax right now and let me do what I need to do. And I said, y'all got the FBI and investigations and bosses calling, but Hayden, you got time to be in here rubbing damn feet with her sitting on your freaking desk? Okay. So we slide on over to Andy damn office, and she's sitting there like, don't be stressed, focus. And Fatima go in there and check on her, and it's like, girl, calm the hell down or whatever, right? And she was like, I feel like I'm sitting waiting to get fired or whatever. That's what Andy told her. And Fatima was like, you don't know that. And she was like, you're not responsible for Gary's, actions or whatever. And the FBI's after him. So she's like, that's true. We got to focus on what the partners definitely know. And that is that you are an amazing attorney or whatever. I said, is she, Fatima? Is she really? But anyway, Andy was basically agreeing with her with that. And then she asked, did she get the email that Zach sent her? And she said, yeah, she was working on that actually right now when Fatima came walking in. And I said, girl, you wasn't working on a damn thing. You was sitting there talking about stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, because all your mind is on is this whole situation with Gary. So that's not bullshit. But of course we need to get damn, Michael, and make sure that he don't go back to Heather and all of that. And she was like, well, what are you going to do about Karen's grand opening? If anything, you might need to go, 1, to give her that support, and 2, to take some time and clear your mind and get some fresh air or whatever, right? And so, if you don't show up, she never going to let that down. And, Andy's like, you make a good point. So she said, just make sure your phone is on and that you answer the phone. If anything comes up, I'll call you. But go ahead and head over there. So she's like, okay, cool. That's what I'm going to do. Now, Danny's over here in this damn session, and basically we ain't getting nowhere. The therapist is peeping that every time she asks Danny a question, Danny is answering the question with a question. And Danny talking about some, do I? Yeah, yes you do. You just did it again. So what exactly do you want to do therapy about? Relax, release, girl. Okay, breathe. What inspired you to seek out therapy in the first place? And she was like, actually mimosas. And she said, what, you couldn't stop drinking them? And she was like, no, I can, but I was just running my mouth while I was drinking. And, my friends basically suggested this to me or whatever, and just tried to convince me that I needed this. And so it's like, if you don't feel like you need it, and you just feel like it's your boyfriend and your friends and you're doing it to please them, then that's probably not a good reason. I mean, it's a start, but at the end of the day, the therapist is like, I tell all my clients, you have to want to be here. You have to choose to heal, and want this for yourself, or else you're wasting your money and my time. So Danny like, yeah, girl, you know what I mean? I guess like that makes sense or whatever. She was like, they keep talking about the problems that I have. And so Danny over here talking about some I know a real bitch when I see one. I said, really, Danny? But she ain't seem to get offended by it. So she was asking how close they are. And Danny was like, they're like family, sisters or whatever. And she said, well, when people that care about you that is that close and they're suggesting it, then it's probably something that they can see, but you can't. And I assume that they want the best for you or whatever, right? But you also got to want the best for yourself. Listen, that was the realest and best advice that she could give her. Basically told her, you got my number. Hit me whenever you actually really want to do this. And it was nice to meet you. So I appreciated that Danny, I guess, called herself, for her making an attempt or whatever, but then still kind of really didn't open up all the way to it, and hopefully she will call the therapist back again. After that, Miss Therapist went ahead and left. Okay, now we basically had you know Karen with Trey coming back, because apparently she ended up calling him for him to come and pick up the deliveries that damn Pam ordered. And she said, girl, your access has now been cut from my damn cards. Now, I could have sworn that Pam had said that this was a write-off or something before. But, you done build up. I'm like, how much did this stuff come up to? But Trey was in there trying to do a little bit of flirting. I already felt like he was flirting when he came the first time. He definitely was interested. Pam was trying to come at him the first time, but the second time I think she caught on, so it being a vibe in between them, and she was telling, Karen, like, what's that saying they be having about men in uniform? And Karen talking about some, I don't know. She was like, girl, but I would think the way you over here staring at him all damn hard, honey. So he was saying he could come back anytime. And, Karen like, nah, I ain't got no extra money to be spending. And asked her why she had boxed the stuff up. He was like, I could have done it. And he was saying it wouldn't have been no extra charge, girl. Okay. I said, all right, now watch out, Karen. There might be a little new boo for her. So over at the bank, Rich shows up and was like, we need to talk or whatever, and was cashing his checks, just killing, two birds with one stone. When old Missy that came in freaking Sabrina office before was like, next I could take you, sir. He was like, nah, I want her. She like, oh, excuse me. So he comes to Sabrina's window and he like, I really want us to talk about what went down last night. And she's like, well, I can't talk now, and he's saying how he also wanted to cash these checks. And so he tells her to come to his, juice bar later. And homegirl jumping into the conversation like, yeah, you might want to do that. In other words, she giving Sabrina a hint for the second time that y'all keep coming in here where this is a place of business, and y'all keep having these conversations in the open on business time, okay, and chatting on the damn phone when y'all don't need to be. So Sabrina better definitely watch her. But Sabrina agrees to it, and she tells him, okay, she gonna basically come there later to talk, because at first she was like, nah, I don't really think we needed to talk about anything, and why did you just get up and leave like that? And he was like, oh, I was caught off guard or whatever the case may be. And she was like, yeah, but you still didn't have to leave, right? And so he did apologize for that, and they just said they was gonna, go ahead and meet up later. Now, Karen was also in her feelings, because she was like, my friends were supposed to be here. They were supposed to help me. And now one damn one is here. Like, I essentially did all of this shit by myself. And so, excuse me, y'all, I swear I've been fighting off a cold back and forth for a minute. So, we first had Danny was the first one to get there, and she like, oh girl, it looks so nice. She's like, yeah, no thanks to y'all, none of y'all freaking bees, showed up. And she like, oh, I'm the first one here. Yeah, you are. So Danny talking about some, well, I got you, girl. What can I do from this seat? Then we kind of have them come in one by one. Sabrina's following behind, oh, I had such a horrible day or whatever. Andy coming in. Oh, don't ask no questions, child. It was crazy at the office. The FBI's there investigating Gary, and, my job could be in jeopardy. I'm so damn stressed. Sabrina coming in, oh, I was over there asking Rich about giving me a damn baby, and they said, oh, was it the mimosa? She like, nah, girl, it was me. Okay, that probably intensified it, but I did that on my own, and that is actually the way I feel. And Karen had to call them out on it and be like, no, we are not about to stand here and do that right now. She was like, this ain't about y'all. Y'all not about to come in and pour out y'all damn problems, okay? This is about me and celebrating my place. First of all, y'all was supposed to get here early and help me, and y'all didn't do that. Y'all drag y'all asses in here late, and then when you come in late, you want to start talking about your issues you having. And they all started apologizing like, I'm sorry, you right or whatever, right? And then she was like, and it's funny, y'all can't take time out to sit and celebrate me and have a conversation with me that's not about y'all and y'all damn drama, but y'all sure as hell look like y'all wasn't having a hard time celebrating with Fatima when y'all was out with her the other day for brunch. So they was like, oh, that's what this is really about or whatever. You upset about Fatima? I mean, we did invite you. And it's like, nah, I'm not upset about that or whatever. I just really wish that my girl girls would be able to be here for me, put a damn smile on their face, be happy for me, and celebrate that I'm opening my place, and they all start cheesing and smiling or whatever, and was like, we can do that. I'm not mad at Karen for saying that. Honestly, even if I don't agree with everything she said or the way that she went about it, I can agree that sometimes when you're having one of those days, when you're having a bad day, like if it's me and my friends, but then I know I'm supposed to be going to celebrate something for my friend, or I know that they are dealing with some type of mourning or stress or drama as well, I'm not going to pile my stuff on them during that time. I'm going to wait till when it's a better time, and then we could talk about some of the issues that I may, be having. To me, that's part of it being a friendship too, and there's a time and a place for everything. So, and I also believe in us being able to be open and honest and say what we feel, how we feel, and what we expect and how we want to be treated. And so I honestly didn't have no issue with that, and I was glad that the girls caught on to it and was able to be like, okay, that's what you need for us, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we wasn't here to help you with physically putting up the things, but if all you need us to do right now is grin and smile and say congratulations, then we got you, girl. We could do that. All right. So that basically was what was happening with that. Of course, they was shocked when Sabrina started talking about, I done asked this boy to give me some damn sperm. Now, in the meantime, we get to Zach out in the freaking parking lot sitting in the car, and he got these roses, and he trying to practice the different ways that he gonna come in and talk, and he over here like, hey, Karen, congratulations. By the way, I need to go ahead and get this DNA test. No, 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 no. Karen, listen, I want to show you some love. And speaking of love, I would love if you could give me a DNA test. No, 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 no. Hey, Karen, why don't you please do this for me so Fatima could get off my damn neck? Oh, hey, Karen, I know you busy, but can I get this DNA test ASAP? And it's like, Karen, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. And I'm like, no, Zach, first of all, this ain't the time and the place for that either. So just as I'm saying that, Miss Lisa get in the car talking about something, you need to keep the damn doors locked. And he was like, Miss Lisa, what are you doing here? She's like, the better question is, what are you doing here, Zach? And he was like, oh, I'm here to support. She like, really? Seriously? With a dozen roses? So he like, yeah, I just thought that it would be nice. She was like, you got the roses, you got on expensive cologne. What message exactly are you sending here? You're supporting my daughter, but you and her have obviously been having how much crazy stuff happening? Like, doesn't that sound strange to you, Zach? Think about that for a minute. And he was like, not really. I'm just trying to do this so I can lessen the... And she's like, no. No, 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 no. You ain't lessening nothing. He's saying it's just flowers. She said to confuse her. Now, I get where Zach is coming from, too, because she was like, she don't need flowers from you. You shouldn't even be here. She needs some flowers from somebody that's available and that actually wants her. And you are supposedly somebody that doesn't want her. So I think that's a little too nice, right? We don't want to confuse the situation even more. I get where Miss Malik... Sorry, y'all. My freaking tongue tied today. I get where Miss Lisa is coming from to a certain degree. I feel like she has to be... she's absolutely correct. Lines have to be drawn. They shouldn't be crossed. We do have to set boundaries. We do have to get on the same page. But also, you're saying just text her congratulations and go home or whatever, right? Okay, fine. He told her, I got you. But I also feel like if we are two grown adults and if we're supposed to move forward in this, and if you are telling me that you are pregnant with my child and I'm interested in finding out whether this is my child so that I can take care of it, and if it does turn out to be my child, we are potentially tied together for the rest of our lives, okay, because it's going to be our child forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. So somewhere down the line, we would have to learn how to communicate and talk with each other. Yes, I can get definitely, especially with the history and how many times Zach have tried to tell Karen things and all the things that we've seen in the past. I can definitely see them saying, you don't want to confuse her. You don't want to go back down that road. But we do have to find a new way, and we have to be able to move forward eventually. How and when does that take place, and what does that look like, at the same time? And I just kind of felt like Also, what else was Miss Lisa here for? Like I said, she just was in the cut just waiting to talk to him and get in the car with him. And then once she knew he was gone, she left. She never actually went inside to celebrate with Karen. I was confused with that. But nonetheless, he agrees and he ended up leaving. Okay, cool. And later, Karen actually brings it up like, oh, I would have at least thought it was one other person that would have been here. And they like, who's that? And it's like, Zach. Oh, I wanted him here, but I didn't want him here. So did you want him here, girl? And then we do see her cut the ropes and everything. The girls, celebrating her. Now the shop is officially open. We officially back in business, okay? And we about to do this, all right? And so we sitting around and just saying how great the place looks, and Andy actually ends up giving her a gift that she tells her is from all of them. They all wanted to all contribute and put in for this gift or whatever. And Pam is telling them, I'm glad that y'all showed up. She was really tense before y'all got here. She really, really needed this or whatever, right? And, Danny says, y'all was saying I need therapy, and I do, and I think she need therapy, and I think we all could use therapy. Listen, I agree. They definitely can. And Karen came up like, y'all talking about me, and, we just saying what a great job you did. And so we're just congratulating her and stuff. And she was like, thank you. I really appreciate that. And so Andy gets a call in the midst of that from Fatima saying that they was calling her name. So she like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go ahead and get out of here. But congratulations again, girl. Definitely so proud of you, and we love you and everything, right? So we had a little bonding moment with them. Now over at Gary office, he's with Penelope, purposely spilled some food on her. I'm like, Penelope, why are you even sitting here conversating with this dude? I'm sorry. There's no way in the world I would be there talking about, oh, yeah, I got your flowers and all this and that. And he's saying how he got her favorite dish. Purposely spills it on her damn clothes so that way she will have to go to the bathroom. And while she's in the bathroom, he's basically going through her freaking wallet, taking out her damn cards. I wanted her to walk in and catch him so freaking bad. Yo, I'm so fucking, excuse me, y'all. I'm sick of damn Gary, okay? I want this man out of here ASAP. Now, we, had Angie go back over to the office like, oh, they calling my name or whatever. And they, Fatima's telling her, yeah, you're going to definitely have to go in there and speak to them, or they're probably going to be calling you to speak to you soon. And she's like, call Hayden, but he didn't answer, but he started texting her saying that he had went in, they asked about her like with 3 different times, and Fatima was basically saying like if he's still here and he's still in the office and he haven't been packing none of his stuff up, then everything went good. And she's asking Andy, have you came up with a game plan yet? And Andy is basically like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell the truth. I'm gonna say how we had some dealings. It was for a short time and never, crossed the lines and went over. And so as far as the business, it was just a personal relationship between me and him. And she's like, girl, are you sure that's what you want to say? And even when it came to her saying that supposedly the car in the place was in her name, she was like, girl, that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because they still, if they could tie it in any way, back to Gary, that could possibly bounce on you. So it's like, are we 100% sure that that's what we want to do? Now, in the meantime, Sabrina did get to go and sit down and talk to Rich, and I actually appreciated this conversation with them too. We just was grown people sitting down, keeping it real. Listen, I complain all the time about people not saying what they want, not telling people what they looking for, not telling them what they're interested in. And then later we want to make them into what we want them to be and say that we can change them, or we want to be shocked and be like, oh, I didn't know that they felt that way. Yeah, because y'all didn't take the time to actually get to know each other and talk. So he's saying how, how many siblings I have. I basically had to help raise them and have all these different type of responsibilities. I'm the oldest of 8 other siblings or whatever. So the last thing I ever wanted to think about is having any damn kids. And for her is the complete opposite, where she has known since she was a young girl that she do want to have kids. And we're actually like, yo, so does that mean that you don't think you can have a relationship with me because we seem to be on the same, a different page when it comes to that? And she's like, well, I don't want to just say that automatically or whatever, because there is other things that I like about you, because when she first sat down, he was like, you're beautiful, you're smart, okay, you're lovely, or whatever the case may be. You make me laugh. There's so many great qualities about you. And she's like, but, and he was like, yeah, that's nice too, okay. And she told him it's so many great qualities about him as well. And so at the same time, yeah, this is something she wants, and she don't know how it will work out if they continue to go with this. And it's not going to be something that he would be interested or change his mind about later down the line. But she also doesn't want to just automatically be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to do this just because he's saying that that's not something he's interested in either, because she's liking where they're going so far too. She likes everything else about the relationship. So they say they're going to just at least give it a try and see where it's going to go. And I did appreciate them having that conversation, because I feel like a lot of people don't, even just in real life, right? So now, when Zach gets home, this is one of the times when I wouldn't have minded if Zach would have lied to Fatima, because he come walking in. She like, oh, what's this? What's this about? Thinking the flowers is for her. And the minute that he was like, they for damn, Karen or whatever, I was trying to go there and talk to her about the DNA test. Just calm down, wait, Don't get upset. She done took them damn flowers and threw them on the freaking floor and said they look like trash. She was like, they ain't look like trash when you thought they was for you. That part did tickle me though. But she was like, okay, so what happened? Like, time is running out. You need to hurry up and have this conversation with her. And he's like, yeah, I was. But then, Miss Lisa basically came and was saying lines don't need to be drawn. We got to have boundaries, that I was out of pocket for that. And honestly, if he would have went up to Karen and said that to her in that moment, as far as, yeah, I need a DNA test now, and this is supposed to be her day, that's supposed to be about her, that would have been definitely freaking out of pocket, yo. That would have been some nasty work. Shout out to old T-Lungs, because he always be saying that. It really would have. That would not have been the time and the place for it. So I am glad in terms of that he definitely decided not to. Even Fatima stopped and was like, yeah, no, at her opening. So we can all touch and agree that was not the time and the place for it. But we do want to hurry up and get it done. And he's like, yes, master, yes, okay, I'm going to get it done or whatever, right? And so, she basically was like, okay, I'm saying, I got to go. We on the same page as far as that part goes. Honestly, I'll be glad when all of this is over and we know what's what with the baby, y'all. I ain't even going to lie to y'all, okay? I'm tired of it. But nonetheless, I digress. We agreed to that. So when she leaving out, he picking up the phone because she had told him about how the investigation is going off at the office on with Gary. And he's like, what? Okay. So as soon as she leaving out, he calling Gary on the phone. Of course, Gary ain't answering. But I'm like, why would you be calling Gary, Zach? Did you change your mind and decide to put in some type of money into this too? And now you scared that your money might be lost along with the other money? We get back to Gary's office, and the same guy that had came running into his office last week is sitting there talking about something. Yeah, it's all done now. I fixed it. We have access to her assets as well as her life insurance. Now you're going to be, able to be having access to it and be in charge of it. And I'm like, huh? So is Gary about to try to take Penelope out to get her damn insurance? Like, what the hell is going on here? Or is he about to try to fake his debt so that she can get the insurance? I don't know, child. I don't put nothing past Gary. It's just nasty, nasty, nasty. Now, in the meantime, Angie had got back to the damn office, and they were saying how she needs to go ahead and speak to Mr. Leland, that Mr. Leland is the one that kept bringing up her name. And we see Mr. Leland and Mr. Leland talking about, girl, no, yes, this is a big issue. I'm sorry, because you had no business. You went way too far. You was crossing the lines with Gary, because she was saying, no, it was just a limited, type of relationship. It didn't have nothing to do within the office. When it comes to being in the office, I'm a great lawyer. I'll be on top of my business. I do what I got to do. Nobody could say anything bad at me in terms of the work that I do as a lawyer for this firm. I bring in the most and all of this and that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And he was like, yeah, you 100% right when it comes to that part. I agree with you. But he was like, we have some other issues, okay? Hold up, wait a minute. That ain't it, girl, okay? We still basically ethically, you done made some mistakes, you done crossed some lines that you shouldn't have been crossing or whatever. And so we definitely do still have to have a discussion. This is still very much a big issue because now, we got the FBI coming to us based off of this daggone raggedy behind Gary. And you was the one, I done heard about you in these damn streets, and I heard about everything that was going on between you and Gary or whatever. And she's like, excuse me, what are you talking about? And he like, yeah, girl, you heard me, and not only am I saying this to you, I'm telling you about it first, but I'm also about to go up in that office and tell everybody else what you about too. Okay, I'm about to tell everybody that I could tell everyone. So, child, next thing you know, Mr. Leland talking about some okay, and Andy screaming or whatever and asking him what's going on, what happened, and then she's asking for help, and she's basically saying that, he done had a damn heart attack and he passing out or whatever, child. So I said, girl, what is this? Like, Andy, you really literally done messed yourself up and possibly cost yourself a damn job because you was busy trying to mess with freaking Gary. Lord of mercy, y'all. Lord of mercy. But yeah, y'all, that was the episode. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you thought about it, what you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. What you rated. Anything that I forgot or I didn't talk about, put that down in the comments. We'll talk about it down there. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. I have to say, you guys, overall, I enjoyed this episode. I'm trying to really give it a chance and see where we going. I enjoyed this one better than I did, the first one when we first got back. I feel like we know the direction that we're going in. We know the obstacles that they're going to be dealing with, the things that they're going to be trying to solve and things of that nature. And so it should be interesting. I'm curious to see how we're going to finish the rest of it out. What is going to happen with damn Andy and them. And I really want to know, is Penelope this stupid, or is Penelope playing a game of her own? For some reason, I keep trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that she playing a game of her own. But baby, we shall see. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, so next time, y'all, toodaloo. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe if you so inclined.